I've collected many amazing experiences in my life, some of which I've only just escaped from. A helicopter malfunction flying through the Grand Canyon, being airlifted out of civil unrest in Caracas, the Black Friday sales in Macy's, New York. One particular memory stays with me more than any others. I invite you now to come with me on safari 20 years ago to this very day in Zimbabwe. 8 fresh-faced cabin crew were on their way to a day safari. We were really excited. None of us had ever been on an African safari before in our lives. We left the hotel and the sun was beating down on us. The air was thick with humidity, but the smell of adventure. And then our bus pulled up. No, I'm not saying it was old, but I suspect its previous owner was Methuselah. However, we got on the bus. One of the crew had brought her 3-year-old son, Billy, with her on the trip. Billy had brought his special friend with him too, Lammy. Aww. Lammy was a psycho. For 3 hours on that bus, we were hit over the head with Lammy, saying, Lammy doesn't like you, Lammy doesn't like you. We couldn't get to the safari quick enough. When we arrived, we were whisked off the bus and taken to our safari tour. I got on the safari bus and sat as far away from Billy and Lammy as I possibly could. And we set off on our adventure. And what an adventure. We saw zebras, we saw a rhinoceros, we saw termite mounds that were bigger than 2 people. We saw 2 cheetahs, and we were allowed to stroke them. They were called Charles and Camilla. But like all amazing days, time runs out, and it started getting dark, and it was time to head back to the lodge. On our way back, as the sun started to set, we could see eyes in the undergrowth. The jungle was alive. We started driving up a hill, and then we jolted to a stop. The driver throttled the engine, to a stop again, and again, then reverse, getting us well and truly stuck in the mud. Apparently, someone had forgotten to put tarmac down in the Zimbabwean jungle. We were stuck. And at this point, there was smoke coming out of the engine of the bus. The driver said, get out of the bus, it might explode. Go far enough away, but not too far away. We got out of the bus, trying to figure out how far was far enough, but not too far away. And then thinking, hang on a minute, we're standing in the open, in the middle of the jungle, and it's getting dark. Then we heard a rustling in the undergrowth. And out jumped a pack of hyenas. They surrounded us completely, and we started to panic. The driver shouted, don't go towards them. Thank you. And they started moving closer. We were about to become dinner for some wild hyenas in the jungle. What would we do? The only thing we had to fight them off with was Lammy. I checked my pockets. I found my sonic mosquito repeller. I turned it on and held it up, hoping it might get rid of hyenas as well as mosquitoes. Nothing. They started moving even closer. So then, little Billy was standing next to me, and I did the only thing I could think of. I grabbed Lammy, not Billy, I grabbed Lammy, and I threw it to the hyenas and said, fetch, fetch, hoping that they were hungry. They ran after Lammy and tore him to shreds. Poor Lammy. But then they started coming back towards us. We thought this time we were surely doomed. They were drooling now, ready to eat. But then we heard, cut. And what sunlight there was left was now eclipsed as a giant shadow fell over the hyenas and all of us. We looked up, and 20 stories high was Godzilla. We were surprised too. We were nowhere near the ocean. But there he was. And we thought, surely things couldn't get any worse. He stamped his foot, and the hyenas ran, squealing and yapping. And then he bent down and picked me up, held me up to eye level, so he could now see my life flashing before my eyes. And I thought, this time, I'm done for. He's going to eat me. But then, he didn't. He just smiled. And put me down and put us in the bus. And took us back to the lodge. And just in time for a gin and tonic. How lucky! So really, the thing I learned on that day was, even when you think you're unprepared, you may have more resources